starting in a few days. I'm recording this on the 15th of November 2022, and the World Cup will be starting on the 20th of November 2022 when Qatar, the host nation, faces Ecuador. So in celebration of this World Cup, I will be going over some fun facts and statistics. For the fun facts, I will leave a link in the description. For the statistics, I just looked at Wikipedia, so there's not really a link I can share. Alright, so let's start with the fun facts. Okay, so starting with some fun facts related to the World Cup. Again, I'll post my source for the fun facts in the description of the video. For the statistics, I just used Wikipedia and looked up each World Cup individually, so I can't really post a link to the statistics for the World Cup since it's essentially Wikipedia, but for the fun facts I will post the link. Okay, fun fact number 1. The origins of football can be dated back to 476 CE, when the Chinese were thought to have invented the game. It was called Guju by the inventors. Fun fact number 2. The first World Cup was held in 1930 after the idea was introduced by Jules Rimet. Uruguay hosted and won the first World Cup. It was the only time neither participant was a European team in the finals. Fun fact number 3. World Cups in 1942 and 1946 were cancelled due to World War II and the economic collapses and the war aftermath. Fun fact number 4. The host country has won the World Cup 6 times. All host countries, with the exception of South Africa in 2010, have reached the round of 16. Fun fact number 5. Brazil is the only country to have participated in all World Cup competitions. Fun fact number 6. Justo Fontaine has the record for the most goals in a World Cup with 13 in 1958. Fun fact number 7. Currently, Brazil has scored the most goals in World Cup history with 229. Fun fact number 8. Tigis Hassan Segur scored the quickest goal after only 10.89 seconds into a match against South Korea. Fun fact number 9. Peter Shilton of England and Fabien Barthez of France hold the world record for the most clean sheets in a World Cup competition with 10 each. Fun fact number 10. Brazil and Italy are the only countries to win the World Cup twice in a row. Italy won in 1934 and 1938. Brazil won in 1958 and 1962. Fun fact number 11. Argentina and Germany have played each other the most in the World Cup final. Fun fact number 12. The oldest World Cup winner was Italy's Dino Zoff. He won in 1982 as the captain of the Italian team. Fun fact number 13. Egypt's Issam El Hadari became the oldest debutant at 45 years of age in 161 days when playing against Saudi Arabia. Fun fact number 14. Oleg Salenko of Russia holds the record for the most goals in a match at 5 against Cameroon in 1994. Fun fact number 15. Pele holds the record for being the youngest goal scorer when he scored against Wales, the youngest hat-trick scorer when he scored 3 against France, and the youngest finals goal scorer when he scored against Sweden. All of his records for the youngest player to do all these were set in the 1958 World Cup. Fun fact number 16. Roger Milla is the oldest World Cup scorer when he scored for Cameroon against Russia in 1994. Fun fact number 17. Brazil versus Sweden, Germany versus Yugoslavia/Serbia, and Argentina versus Germany have played the most matches against each other in World Cup history. Each country has faced each other 7 times. So Brazil has faced Sweden 7 times, Germany has faced Yugoslavia/Serbia 7 times, and Argentina has faced Germany 7 times. The largest margin of victory in World Cup history was Hungary defeating South Korea 9-0 in 1954, Yugoslavia defeating Zaire 9-0 in 1974, and Hungary defeating El Salvador 10-1 in 1982. 171 is the most goals scored by all participants in a World Cup competition. It happened in 1998 and 2014. 70 is the fewest goals scored by all participants in a World Cup competition. It happened in 1930 and 1934. Serie A team Juventus has played all players to the World Cup, or has sent the most players to the World Cup at 128 since the start of World Cup competition. Seoul Army Club and Manchester City have sent the most players to one single World Cup competition at 16 apiece. Seoul Army Club sent 16 in 1954, and Manchester City sent 16 in 2018. The English Premier League holds the record for the most players provided by a football association in World Cup history with 1,022. The quickest red card was assessed to Uruguayan defender Jose Batista after only 56 seconds of play. This occurred against Scotland in 1986. Miroslav Klose has the most goals in World Cup history with 16. Miroslav Klose played in World Cups from 2002 to 2014. He broke the record held by Brazilian great Ronaldo Nazário. Marcelo Trobani played only 1 minute for Argentina in 1986 World Cup final. He holds the record for the shortest playing time ever in a World Cup final. FIFA has governed the World Football Federation since its establishment in 1904. Currently, 211 countries are part of FIFA. The first international match occurred in 1871 between England and Scotland. It ended 0-0. And the final fun fact, Canada and the United States are the only countries that refer to football as soccer. Okay, so now that we've finished the fun facts, we'll get into some statistics related to the World Cup competition. Okay, so let's get into the statistics. So, I compiled the table, and it's in descending order by the World Cup year. And you see the winner continent, the runner-up, the third place team, the winner group, the host country, and the host country continent. Now, the World Cup has expanded over the years. Now, the current group, it's like Group A, Group B, Group C. That started in 1986. Before then, there were different, it's referred to as Group 1, Group 2, and all that. So, and now we get into the third table that I'll present. So, the first table is the number of first place finishes by continent. So you see a European team has won 12 times, and a South American team has won 9 times. So 57% of the time a European team wins, 43% of the time the South American team wins. Okay. Then we get into the number of hostings by continent. So, Africa has hosted 1 World Cup, Asia has hosted 1 World Cup, Europe has hosted 11 World Cups, North America has hosted 3 World Cups, and South America has hosted 5 World Cups. So 52% of the time, and again, this is not including the one that starts in 5 days, so Asia will be at 2, in a few days. So, but anyway, so 52% of the time it's in Europe, 14% of the time it's in North America, America. 24% of the time it's in South America, 5% of the time in Africa, and 5% of the time it's in Asia. And we get into which group, there's always, buzz around the droll, where do you want to be? Well, you see here, so now again, the current group, Group A, Group B, Group C, etc. That started in 1986, so there's only been 9 World Cups with the, where the groups were by letter. So, if you see the clear place to be is C, where would you rather be than C? 33% of the time, a country in Group C won the World Cup. 1% of all the other groups, it's 1, so for 11% of the time, and you absolutely don't want to be in Group F. That's a 0% of the time in Group F. So again, if you're in Group C, that's yay. Group F, that's no. So interesting. Alright, now we go into the number of wins by nation. So again, Brazil has the most at 5. They win 24% of the time. Germany and Italy are tied for second at 19%. France, Argentina, and Uruguay are tied. They win 10% of the time. And England and Spain have both won once at 5% of the time. You see the graph, it's Brazil, Germany, Italy. Now, if you look at second place finishes, Germany leads the way at 4. They finish second 19% of the time. Argentina has 3 second place finishes, 14%. The Netherlands have 3 second place finishes of 14%. Brazil 2. And Czechoslovakia, the precursor to the Czech Republic and Slovakia, has 2 second place finishes at 10%. Hungary, 2 second place finishes at 2%. And Italy has 2 second place finishes at 10%. Croatia, France, and Sweden also have 1 second place finish at 5%. Now if you combine the first and second place finishes, Germany has a total of 8 first and second place finishes, followed by Brazil, Italy, Argentina, France at 3, Netherlands at 3, Uruguay at 2, Czechoslovakia at 2, Hungary at 2, England at 1, Spain at 1, Croatia and Sweden. So again, 19% of the time Germany makes the final, 17% of the time Brazil makes the final, Italy makes the final 14%, Argentina makes the final 12%, France, Netherlands at 7, Uruguay, the Czech Republic, and Hungary at 5%, and then England, Spain, and Croatia and Sweden make the final 2% of the time. Alright. Now, if we get into... I wanted to compare the overall win percentage to what's the win percentage when it's hosted in specific continents. So in other words, if Brazil wins 24% of the time, do they win at a much higher percentage if it's in a different, in specific continents? So that's what this table is showing. So we have the winner country, and then how many times have they won in different host continents. So from Brazil, you see they will have 2 World Cup wins when the World Cup was hosted in North America. They had 1 World Cup win when it was hosted in South America, 1 when it was hosted in Asia, and then 1 when it was hosted in Europe, and then none when it was hosted in Africa. And then it takes the number of wins divided by the number of times it was hosted in that continent to give a winning percentage by continent, and then I compare that against the overall win percentage. So Brazil wins 67% of the World Cups hosted in North America. And you compare that to the overall percentage at 24. So they win 43% higher clip rate win the World Cups in North America. So if you're a Brazil fan, you want, US, Canada, Mexico to host the World Cup. And they win 20% of the time in South America, 100% of the time in Asia. So I don't know, maybe, it's in Qatar, they win 100%, 1 for 1, maybe they make it 2 for 2. So I guess, so Brazil, North America, Asia. Europe, they win 9% of the time, so that's 15% less rate than what they do overall. And then Africa at 0. So that's 24% less overall. Now, if you're Germany, they have 3 World Cup wins in Europe, so they win 27% of the time. They have 1 World Cup win in South America, so that's 20% of the time. So it's 8. They have an 8% higher chance of winning the World Cup in Europe and a 1% higher chance of winning the World Cup in South America. They have no wins in North America, Asia, or Africa, so that's 19% less likely to win if it's hosted in North America, Asia, or Africa. Italy. So Italy has 4 World Cup wins, all of which were in Europe. So they have a 36% chance of winning when it's hosted in Europe, which is 17% higher than their overall rate. They have none in North America, South America, Asia, or Africa. So that's 19% less likely to win if it's in any continent outside of Europe. France, so they have 2 World Cup victories in Europe. So they win 18% of the time when it's hosted in Europe, and that's a 9% higher rate than their overall winning percentage. They have no wins in North America, South America, Asia, or Africa. So that's a 10% less likely to win if it's hosted in any continent outside of Europe. We get into Argentina. Argentina has one World Cup in North America and 1 in South America. So that's a 33% winning percentage in North America and a 20% winning percentage in South America. So they're 24% more likely to win if it's in North America and 10% more likely to win if it's in South America. Again, they have 0 wins in Europe, Asia, or Africa. So that's 10% less likely than their overall winning rate. Next, we get into Uruguay. So Uruguay has 2 World Cup victories in South America. So they've won 40% of the time when it's been hosted in South America, which is 30% higher than their overall win rate. They have no wins in Europe, North America, Asia, or Africa. So that's 10% less likely, or it's 10% lower winning percentage than their overall rate. England has 1 World Cup victory in Europe. So they won 9% of the World Cups in Europe. That's 4% higher than their overall rate. Again, 0 wins in South America, North America, Africa, or Asia. That's 5% less likely than their overall rate. And then last but not least, Spain. So Spain has 1 World Cup victory, which was in Africa. So they've won 1 out of 1 World Cups in Africa with a 100% winning percentage, which is 95% higher than their overall win rate. So if you're Spain, you want the World Cup hosted in, Morocco or Egypt, or, and then again, no wins in Europe, South America, North America, or Asia. So that's 5% less likely to win. So, anyway, some interesting facts. Now again, does past performance dictate future results? No, but it is interesting to look at the numbers. Anyway, this is A Stats MR, wishing that your efforts are positively correlated with results. So long and